What's up, Scorpio? So we got a card that was pulled from the Herbal Astrology Oracle deck, and then we'll do the actual reading. And this particular card is Mandrake, with the subtext of sensuality. Sensuality, discovering new forms of intimacy, finding the inner beloved, expression of healthy sexuality, abundance. Known as Satan's apples, Satan's apple, the devil's apple, and man's root, Mandrake is one of the most famous mystical aphrodisiac plants. In ancient times, the dried root was soaked in wine and enjoyed as a love potion, and was believed to be a cure for infertility in women. Native to the Mediterranean, the roots of this unusual plant look identical to a little human. Also called love apples, in the Old Testament of the Bible, the golden yellow fruit of the mandrake can cause intoxicating sexual desire. According to the Kabbalah, mandrake was the symbol for becoming one, and the text alludes to it being used in secret mystical rites and in ancient Israel. In ancient Egypt, mandrake fruit and wine were used as love offerings during courtship and consumed as aphrodisiacs. Mandrake is the embodiment of Hathor, the Egyptian goddess of love and fertility. Mandrake was also used in ancient Greece as a love potion for ceremonial love rituals. Like in ancient Egypt, the aphrodisiac root was associated with the goddess of love, Aphrodite. Medicinally, it was used as a narcotic to relieve anxiety, depression, insomnia, pain, colic, stomach ulcers, and constipation. Although mandrake has a strong masculine signature, its nature is much like those of Venus and Neptune. Mandrake powerfully shifts the body into a higher state of love bliss under the influence of Neptune, as well as Venus's lusty and sensual energy. Mandrake is here to ask you to find new forms of intimacy. This is the guidance portion. Ask yourself, what inspires bliss, joy, and passion in my life? Notice how you relax and flow more easily and attract what you need and desire when you focus on energy givers such as joy. Mandrake is here to assist you in liberating unchanneled creativity, sensuality, releasing energy from the sacral center, and activating your pleasure centers to experience a higher form of love. Don't allow unworthiness, fear of rejection, and inhibition of pleasure to stop you from experiencing higher love. Focus on giving your gifts to the world with overwhelming passion and opening up to receive fully and fearlessly. Okay, so a few things. One, this idea of what, like, stopping yourself from enjoying life in a lot of ways. That could be very much detrimental to a lot of the things that you're even stopping enjoying life for. So like the excuses that you make to stop enjoying life in a lot of senses. So I think, when a life that we live requires some level of sacrifice. But when it comes down to the level of toxic, when it comes to a level of toxicity, you need to understand that. You need to really be able to step back and look at yourself and try to figure out, like, okay, what am I doing, right? You want to you want to be open to what could be, and you also this idea of the real creativity behind the Scorpio in general, right? Behind the Scorpio, the Scorpio archetype in general. You should understand that this idea of creativity and what you're able to create, it could be linked to simply being able to let go of somewhat of an I would say maybe an addiction to the idea and the concept of suffering, right? To create that story for yourself, right? Is that a story that really, that really does allow you to be the best version of yourself, you know? Can you redo that? Can you redo that story to allow yourself more? This idea of opening up and being open to anything besides anything that could potentially and could have the potential to harm you, something that you should be aware of in terms of the hesitancy, right? Because a lot of times you don't want to move in terms of just let fear determine your movements. You want to be able to move and understand the risk while understanding also that the potential benefit, right? Because there's a lot that you can get out of a relationship with another person, relationship with anybody, right? Friends or intimate relationships or whatever. To understand that those moments could be really attached to a lifestyle that's more closely aligned to what you want to do with your life. It's very, very important. And also this idea of the love potion is another thing that always strikes me. That's struck me with this card. This idea of what what you're able to do in the creativity. You should understand that there could be a very appealing creative endeavor that you can look at, right? That you can start to really unfold and dig deeper into, and that would be something that it appears that the world would actually would genuinely appreciate from you. So don't stop yourself and really start to look further past this life story, a life story that you could have created for yourself, that's filled with this idea of suffering, being the loner, being the outcast, and things like that. Start to realize that you can step into society and be very much happy with the outcome, a lot happier than the idea of being the outcast that can't quite find what they're looking for. And with that being said, please I'll see you next week. Please have a good week, and also like and or subscribe if you like the oracle reading. That do wonders for the channel, and be great to start to see the channel growing that way. In any case, Thank you.